I lose, winner takes my car clean and clear. But if I win, I take the cash and I take the respect. To some people, that's more important.
A Mustang is about to go head-to-head with one of the most powerful weapons ever created by man. This isn't some CGI movie. This is real life. The question is, how in the world did they let a car race an actual rocket? What made them think this was a good idea? Let's find out. At the start of the race, the Mustang pulls ahead of the rocket. To be fair, this really isn't that big of a deal. Cars are fast. They can easily outrun rockets if the cars have a head start. But things are going to get very bad very quickly for the Mustang. The rocket takes off down the runway. This must be some sort of joke, right? Surely the organizers of this event did actually expect a car to be able to outrun a rocket. Well, at least we know why the Mustang driver agreed to do this. He wanted to show off his sick ride and see how it stacked up against other vehicles. But he probably didn't expect to be racing something that could quite literally blow him to bits. The problem is, the rocket isn't just going to pull ahead and pass the car. It's moving much faster than that. It's hurtling down the track like a guided missile, overtaking the car at unbelievable speeds. We're talking about a rocket here. These things aren't built for speed. They're built to deliver objects into space or to destroy their targets. And this rocket will do exactly that. But what is this rocket doing? Running down a runway. What's the purpose of this exercise? Why are they letting it run at full power? It turns out this is a decommissioned rocket. That means it's not going to be powerful enough to reach space, but it's still extremely dangerous. It's also still very fast. And there's nothing more dangerous than a speeding rocket. The driver of the Mustang looks like he realizes how badly he has misjudged the situation. There's no way he's going to catch that rocket, let alone beat it. Now he's just trying to stay alive. We don't know how fast the rocket is going, but we can tell it's traveling at many times the speed of sound. The air is being pushed out of the way at incredible speeds, and that creates a huge shockwave. The shockwave is so powerful that it's literally going to flip the Mustang over. The car does a few cartwheels through the air before hitting the ground. But the Mustang isn't done yet. It's still moving and it's heading straight for the rocket. It looks like the car is going to smash right into the rocket, which would end things pretty quickly for the car. But that's not what happens. Instead, the Mustang driver makes a sharp turn at the last possible second and avoids a direct collision. That's when things take a turn for the worst. The rocket passes directly over the Mustang. You can see the air being pushed out of the way by the sheer power of the rocket. It's too much for the Mustang to handle. The car goes flying through the air and lands on its roof. The Mustang is engulfed in flames. We don't know if the driver was able to escape, but we're guessing he probably didn't make it. He's probably dead. At this point, the only thing that matters is the rocket. Did it manage to avoid hitting the car? It looks like it might have, but we can't be sure. All we know is that the rocket continues down the runway and doesn't seem to have suffered any damage. It just keeps going and going and going. The rocket finally slows down to a stop after traveling almost 3,000 feet. That's nearly half a mile! It's hard to believe that anything could survive a trip like that, but somehow the rocket did. It wasn't damaged at all. Not even the paint job was ruined. It looks just as good as it did at the start of the race. On the other hand, the Mustang is completely destroyed. It's turned into a pile of scrap metal. The once proud vehicle is now just a sad, smoking heap. Now, you're probably wondering who won the race. Well, it was obviously the rocket. It was never in danger of losing. The rocket could have been going twice as slow, and it still would have won. The only question is, how slow would the rocket have had to have been in order for the Mustang to catch up? Well, there's no way to know for sure, but let's just say it would have had to have been a lot slower. The rocket was traveling at many times the speed of sound, while the Mustang was only moving at about 200 miles per hour. Even if the rocket was going half speed, it would still be moving faster than the speed of sound. The Mustang simply couldn't have caught up unless the rocket stopped moving entirely. And even then, the Mustang wouldn't have been able to catch up. It would have had to drive backwards. But why were these two racing in the first place? Who organizes an event like this? Well, it turns out this was a publicity stunt. It was done to promote a movie called Iron Sky. We're not sure if the movie was any good. But we can say for sure that the publicity stunt was a success. People still talk about this day more than 10 years later. So whatever the purpose of the publicity stunt was, it worked. But that doesn't mean we have to like it. The Mustang driver put his life on the line for this. What if the rocket hadn't slowed down at the end? What if it had hit the car? The driver probably wouldn't have survived. He might have been vaporized. You have to be crazy to do something like this. And the Mustang driver definitely was crazy. He drove the car down the track without any safety equipment. He wasn't wearing a helmet or a fire suit. He probably wasn't even wearing a seat belt. The crazy part is that the Mustang was carrying two people. One of them was the driver and the other was a cameraman. The cameraman was filming the whole thing from inside the car. Can you imagine? You hanging on for your dear life inside a car, the S about to get obliterated by a rocket and you trying to film it. That takes some serious guts. Fortunately for him, he was able to walk away from the stunt. He probably got a nice payout from the movie producers. And he probably told them to shove the money where the sun doesn't shine. No amount of money is worth the risk that he took. So what do you think? Was this crazy stunt worth it? Vote in the poll! Also, be sure to subscribe because we have a lot more videos like this coming up. Thanks for watching!
Ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you.